Good morning, friends. I thought today would be a really fun day to film a day in my life because I've got a lot of stuff going on today, a lot of different things I'm doing. I'm filming a sourdough tutorial for Facebook. Hello. Oh, I think I just found where there will be a new duck's nest. Hello, Ryan. Tallulah. Good to see y'all. I know where you're gonna lay that nest, girl. So I just did some sourdough stuff. I prepped all my dough. I initially prepped my dough at like 3 in the morning, but I dropped it all on the ground, so unusable essentially. And I had to wait for my starter to rise again because I'm not just making one loaf, I'm making two. So I just let Phoebe and Casper out. Y'all know they have to be put up at night because they can't be trusted right now. Phoebe likes to dig out of the pasture, and so Casper will follow her, so it is for her safety and his. We do keep Rooster in the pasture though, but I'm also, okay, I don't have to. That gate is already shut, so I don't have to go and close that because Casper can't be trusted around birds right now either. It might seem like, oh, if you can't trust them, just get rid of them. Well, one, I don't want to do that, and two, we're trying to work with them, and there's not really anybody eager to take him. So we're working with him, and the shot collars are doing really good. Right now, Phoebe is the main troublemaker with the digging. That creates the problems with Casper. So, is he digging? Casper! Is he digging? I don't have I don't think he's digging. What is he doing? Is he digging? He's not digging. Y'all can't even see. I can't even see either. It don't matter. The fog is horrible today, so I was going to start by doing some waters and stuff, but we're going to go and do a general welfare check on everybody. My welfare checks start by looking at everybody's booties. I can tell you this now that it's over with too, but I've been having a really hard time the past couple days because Ryan, a goat that is not in here, she runs about and does her own thing. I woke up one morning and she had blood, like, all over her booty, but up here on the tail, if that makes sense. So, like, more up here. And I see blood and I think coccidia, okay? So, we watched her booty. We cleaned her up first. But when we were looking at the blood, it didn't look like coccidia blood. It looks like she had gotten bit or scratched or some kind of blood like that, like coming out of a wound. And we watched it and we came to the conclusion that she had gotten a scratch from getting out of the pasture on her tail. So I treated her with medicine as if she had coccidia, but it's okay. She doesn't. She's good now, but it scared me. So I'm really paranoid. But anyways, my medicine checks, my wellness checks start with looking at their booties, seeing if I see any discharge, any runs, or blood. And if I do, then I immediately gear towards checking that and taking care of that. But then I will check, some days I check the entire herd. Other days I will check pinpoint characters' eyes to see where they're at. So Carrie looks like she could just be a little cold. I'm gonna check her eyes. I'll check Thumper, I'll check Flower, and Gus because Gus's eye color had went down the line to maybe like a 4. It was just starting to trend downwards. So just to make sure that it was just fluky, I'm gonna check him again and go from there. But let's start with booty checks. So we'll start with Gus. I know Thumper's clean. Gussie, can I see your booty? Clean. I know y'all probably don't want to see little goat butts, but if you ever want to own a farm, I feel like this is a pretty good tutorial at what to look for. I would say it's not rocket science, but when it comes to, you're fine, you just got a little bit of dirt and poop. Hey, Bobo. Not poop like diarrhea, y'all. You'll know if something's wrong with your goat. I promise you, their booty will tell you and you'll know. Wet is clean. You've got your tail down. You're good. I know you're good. This one right here, Ursula, is a great one to check. So you see all of this kind of, how she's got some hair clumped together there? What happened with her is we have a male goat, Hero, who, even though he's fixed, he still has male tendencies. He's completely fixed, can have no babies. He's been around these girls for over a year now and hasn't had any babies with them. But because of the way we fixed him, he still has his hormones, and this is his girl. This is his girl, so he has some fun with her. So she normally has normal discharge from that. You're good. Oh, Mama's good. Don't let me touch her. She's good. I can tell just by the way she has her thing. Oh, Hero, I was wondering where you went. Are you moving those around with the donkeys? I don't even know how that feed bucket got in here. That's kind of a mystery. Can I come check your booty? Hey, donkeys. I also check them for any wounds. So Seaward has one that's healing, but it's really hard to get my hands on him. So I only get my hands on him and really force him when I can see that the wound is really bad. And right now it's not. And I tell y'all that not to freak y'all out, not to make you think that I'm not on top of taking care of his wounds. But sometimes when you have animals, you have to choose between stressing them out more and letting them not trust you even more because you're doing something they don't like, or just leaving it alone. Because the reality is, I cannot get my hands on them easily. So I wait to do any drastic measures of medicine when I see that it's a bad wound. Otherwise, if I do it every time, it'll be like Boy Who Cried Wolf. Eventually, he's not gonna let me touch him anymore. And so I reserve that. Don't mind the poop. You can drag the pasture, but every day you got to take care of it. Every day. Your booty's clean. Okay, now off camera, I'm going to check everybody's eyes. I'll be right back. All right, I have 2 syringes here going through the gate, so give me just a second to do this. I have 2 syringes. Now, this doesn't mean worry, y'all. This doesn't mean worry at all. This is just me paranoid. Ellie would say that the eyes look good. I think they look good too. I think they're in a normal range, but I'm extra paranoid, and I don't know, I just have a gut feeling that I should give him some extra. None of this is doing any harm. None of this is going to hurt him whatsoever. I'm not going to overdose him. This is about 16 cc's of B12, and then this is 3 cc's of Power Punch. It just has good nutrients and all of that. B12 will help them fight off anemia if there's any there. Is that good? You've got to actually drink it though, Gus. Sometimes they take their medicine good, and then sometimes they do what Gus is doing. But this B12 tastes good, so I'm hoping he's like enticed by it. Okay, let me do this off camera. Okay, medicine down. I cannot stress this enough. I just checked everybody's eyes, and everybody's eyes are in a good normal range. I always worry about freaking viewers out whenever I say I'm giving somebody medicine, even though this is just like the over-the-counter stuff. This is just like a little vitamin. Obviously, you don't want to give them too much in a day. You give them, they can have these every day, you know? Vets have even told me, like, hey, universally, it's good just to give them B12. But I do it when I feel like they need a little perk up, or when I know something's going on. And with the weather change, goats' tummies get a little bit fickle, and so this is just going to help him. Like I said, I don't think anything's wrong. I think I'm very paranoid, and so Gus got a little pick-me-up, but nothing's wrong, I promise. Just paranoia all day, every day. But yeah, I'm walking to the trash can now to throw these away, and then I think we're going to start on waters. I think. So I lied. We're not starting on waters. That's not completely true. I need to refresh Wilma's water over there, and I normally let her and the babies out when I do that. Yes, I'm going to let y'all out. So technically we're doing a water, but we had to have a baby pit stop. And if y'all didn't see Bree Life on Morrow Hills video, she is taking 2 babies. She's taking my 2 favorites. I know, I will let you out in just as soon as I'm done talking. Just as soon as I'm done talking. She's taking actually this one right here, I think. Yeah, this is Long Snout. This is Long Snout. You are Long Snout, right? Come here. Or are you Long Snout? Who's Long Snout? I have to look at them all really close together to tell which one's Long Snout. But she's taking Long Snout, and then that little black one right there. And I'm so happy I'm going to get to watch them grow up. Right down the street, not right down the street, literally right across the pasture from me. And then we'll see who's gonna wanna take the others. We haven't reached out, really, I just wanted to clean your eye. We haven't really reached out to anybody else about it yet because they've still got a little bit of ways of growing to go. Also weaning, so not quite yet, but we'll start doing that soon. Hello, little girl. Hello. You are not long snout. You are not. That's long snout. Yep, that one's long snout. Okay, we're coming back into this pasture. I just let Wilma and them out. I was gonna start on the waters. I realized I need to replace the hose because it broke, but hello, boys. I hear the dogs. I'm not coming after you. I hear the dogs pretty angry. They've kind of stopped now. I'm just gonna go see what they're barking at. We've had some pretty big dogs, 2 pit bulls, 1 Great Dane, and then some little dogs hanging out over here on the fence line and over here in this area. And the dogs don't let anything come of it, but I would like to see which dog we're dealing with. I'd rather scare something off if it's actively here right now. Hey, Casper. Hey, Phoebe, it's really bright. I can't imagine how y'all can see over there, guys. Y'all just that good? Or do you just like barking? Because sometimes I'm convinced you just like barking. Like, Phoebe, Rooster's not even barking. I mean, you're a good girl. Don't get me wrong. Don't stop what you're doing, but... yeah, I see that Goliath back there. Do y'all? Do you see it walking? Yep, there we go. There they are. Jeez, they're fast. Yeah. They stay over there. But I'm going to sit out here for a few minutes and watch them. Okay, that water refresh is done. Now, moving on to the next waters. And I realized since my hose is broken, I had a really long hose, a fabric hose, and now it's broken. And it would reach from there to this barn, even into the garden. But since it's broke now, I've got to replace it and use a new one. So I'm going to have to change how I do my water routine. So come along and watch how I do this because it's going to be interesting. And like always, y'all, I failed. Every time I do water chores, I put my phone up somewhere high so it can't get wet, but then I forget to video me actually doing the water chores. So here's me coming into the well house to turn off the water. I'm at least doing that. I'm also getting sprayed in the face with the water a little bit, but that's okay. All right, water's off. Here's our free roam rabbit, Chocolate. Oh, and Wilma. Wilma. No, ma'am. No. I fear you don't need to do that. You don't need to. No. Do you want some eggs? Let's see if there's any eggs for you. So right now I have an abundance of eggs, because it was like there was 1 or 2 weeks where my girls, there we go, just weren't laying enough for me to be able to use them for cooking with and all of that. So I went and bought an 18 pack, and now I'm in the middle of an 18 pack carton pack, and so I just don't have enough eggs. So anytime I see like some eggs, oh, hello, are you laying an egg? There's 3. So I will give to Wilma and the chickens because it's only 3, and I would rather give them back to them than let them sit and be wasted in my fridge. And I know eggs don't go bad for like 2 or 3 weeks depending on how you take care of them. Yeah, it can take me 2 to 3 weeks to go through a carton of eggs. So better just to give them back and not let anybody hatch these. What are you doing in there? There's no door. What are you doing? Buddy, Wilma, here. Wilma, look, it's an egg. Baby. Okay, try this one. Yeah, there you go. Yummy snack. There's one underneath you. Here's another one. Was that yummy? He said, thanks, Mom. I'm still going to try to get the feed from there. She's dirtied that up, so add that to the list of things I have to clean. Honestly, I might just let it dry because it's mud and then use the blower to get all of it off. Sometimes that works better than trying to hit it with the hose and get the hose all the way over here. Huh, Wilma? Huh, gal? Okay, I finished my morning chores. It took me forever to get Wilma back up. I just don't want her running around for too long right this minute because I know I'm gonna need to be inside to do my bread stuff, and then when it comes to afternoon time, we'll let her out again. But just for like the next hour or two, she's back in the stall with her babies. Everybody ate, so they're good. Now it's time to go inside and continue bread making because my timer is fixing to go off. So it's much later in the day, post-afternoon snooze.
Hello.
And it's time for outside time with Maisie. And to go follow up on Gus and see how he's feeling right now. But everybody looks pretty happy. Okay, so Gus still looks a little pale, and we just made the executive decision to go ahead and treat him. So I've got his dosage of Safeguard, and I'm also going to give him some probiotics. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to give him any more vitamins or anything today. Not that you can overdose them easily, but you know, it's good just to stay within those guidelines. Are you gonna make me drop that so I have to grab your mouth? Yep. There, Gus. Okay. I will pick it up, I promise. When stress occurs, you need 5 milliliters for an adult goat. I think I can get 5. Oh, you want that? You want that? Open that. Oh, dang it.
Did you drop it? Did he get it?
I dropped it.
It looks like he's licking his mouth. He got a little bit of it.
Oh my gosh, I dropped it again.
Oh no. Gus is like, Mom, I'm ready. He's actually very cooperative with it.
You lick it off your... That's how you get them to get paste. Put it on their...
Put it on their nose, basically. Yeah. Phoebe, that's not for you. That's for Gus.
No, stop it, please.
Phoebe's like, Mom, I want somebody to treat.
Hey,
cookie dough.
Hey, I need that lid. Jeez.
Phoebe's like, cookie dough, I want it. Cookie dough?
You wanna lick some more of it? I ain't gonna hurt you. Okay.
Why don't we show them his eyes to show kind of what other people with farm animals should kind of be a little bit cautious when they see. So y'all have seen by now what red eyes look like. That's a perfect healthy 5 on the scale.
I feel like he looks better than he did just a minute ago. I feel like I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, right there.
It's like a 3.
Hold on, I need him to hold still for a sec. Yes, just sit still for a second, please.
He's like, Dad, you've done this enough today.
All right, right there, you can kind of see the pinkage of it. Pink is not bad, but you really want red because pink is obviously getting closer to white.
Yeah.
And so
he's a good boy.
I'd say he's about a 3.
Ah! Stop it!
Oh my gosh.
I think she ate the cat.
No, it's right here. Oh my gosh. He's sitting there squeezing the paste, trying to get the...
Okay, what'd you do with the other syringe?
It's right here. Did you get the... Was you sitting there like...
Yeah, I got it. I didn't think she would be able to get the lid off. My mistake. Goodness.
Oh no, not more ducks.
They're already starting a new nest, but I know where the nest is. Don't worry. They've got a nest going in the garage. Well, then if
he can have almost all of them except Lovey and Dovey and Robbie and Adam. He can even have Adam or Steve because that was their duck.
No.
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 Well, I feel.
No. That's no. That's my guy.
Okay, we don't have to do that.
That's
then.
my guy.
I didn't know you liked him that much.
I love him so much.
I like Adam or Steve too. I just didn't want to hold them. Because
I'm not gonna hold him hostage, but if they're
theirs to begin with,
I get it, but I'm not gonna put him up for offer unless they ask for him. I hate to say that, but I love him.
So Lovey, Dovey.
We can start with those 2.
Lovey and Dovey, King Robbie, Adam or Steve, and then our geese. Those are the non-negotiables.
And maybe a Muscovy or 2. I don't know how you plan on catching these guys again. It's not gonna happen. Okay, so sorry I'm out of breath. It's a hard day today. There's been a lot happening. But anyways, so you're probably wondering, why are you only treating one and not all? And so this goes into the discussion of animal husbandry. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna look at the camera right now because the sun is in my eyes and it hurts. So what we just did, I'm sorry, I smacked you in the face. What we just did is actually the way that Dr. Cochran suggested doing our goats from now on, is on symptom base. And Gus technically doesn't have any symptoms, but his FOMACHA score is trending downwards, which to me is considered a symptom.
I'm going to say pink or pale eyes is a symptom.
Is a symptom. So yeah, so it's a symptom. And so she said, you know, to avoid building up resistance in your herd that have a healthy number of parasites, just because one has it, you know, doesn't mean everybody else has to be wormed. A controversial topic, but in order to keep your goats from gaining a resistance to the dewormer, this is the way that you can just help it overall, because Dr. Cochran was also telling me that she's having to start prescribing 2 wormers at once to knock out parasites. And she said, so if you can switch to symptom only, and then like, you know, you can do some mixture if you still don't feel comfortable. Kind of where we're at right now is still like, we're not doing 3 to 4 times a year. We're doing like twice a year. When the weather changes drastically is when we're doing our worming, and then symptom based. So, and A&M actually talked about that as well. So lots of research on it. It's animal husbandry, and it's hard, and that's the hard part about having goats and animals that eat off the ground, because even though we don't feed on the ground, they still graze, and that's part of it. And that's the hard part about owning animals. Sometimes you have to make a decision that seems like you're actually not doing what's in the best service of the herd, because in my head, oh, one person's got parasites, that means everybody's got parasites, right? But you're actually doing better for your herd's resistance overall by only treating the one that is showing symptoms. And also part of that means if you're only treating the ones that are showing symptoms, that means keeping an eye on everybody as well, though, that when you do treat that one, you watch everybody as well and see if anybody else needs treated within that the following day. So just thought I'd give you that little tidbit in case you were a little confused.
It's not an exact science. If it was easy, then everybody would do the same thing.
No.
There'd never be any sick animals.
It's hard.
I just thought about it. I wonder if it's based on different individual goats having different
Resistance
resistances.
levels. Oh, well, absolutely. Well, Dr. Cochran said that as well.
The base number is 250 eggs per gram. And so what if a goat that's not so healthy...
So if you have 1 gram of fecal...
One
gram of fecal can have 250 eggs?
Yeah.
Parasite eggs? Okay.
Yeah. So let's say that one goat has 250 and they're still feeling a little bit like a tummy ache, or their eyes are a little bit pale because that's like their number, whereas another goat could have 400 and they're totally fine. I bet it just depends. And
I think it
some
does
goats might
depend.
only get to 190 and they're already starting to get a little bit pale in the eyes.
I mean, you know, A&M, we talked after Lulu passed. I mean, we were up there with the vet and we were talking, and I gave her the rundown that I gave Dr. Cochran, and she said, you did everything you were supposed to do. You did it right, you know. And she said it's hard, and some animals just are not resistant to illness, just like some people have weakened immune systems. It's the same way, but I guess we think about it a little bit different because it's animals, but really it's the same. Some people are immunocompromised, and I'm not going to say the animals are, but they have something similar where they just struggle with illness a little bit more. Some people feel sickness more than others, and I'm not saying that's Gus. That was definitely the case with Lulu. After the fact, the vets did tell us that, like, she's probably one of those, just based on the summary you gave us, that just doesn't handle sickness well. And it happens, and it's hard, but we keep trucking on and we keep taking care of everybody the best we can, because that's what we do. So I also got told of a situation. The little black pig, I need to solve that problem too. That's what I was coming to talk about, is that, oh, you're back in there. Well, you're missing one of your babies. Yeah, you're missing one. And apparently you opened this stall today. I don't know how you did it, so let me go get your baby for you. I don't know why you just left it. You just walked right past the stall. Little one. Yeah, do you hear it, Wilma? Do you hear your baby? It's too fast for me to catch. I need it to come and see Wilma. I've already tried. I just chased it around for a few minutes. Yes. Dang it, I'm so close. Wilma, can you snort? Make some noise. Or bring everybody out again, I suppose. That's a great way to do things, Wilma. It's great. We love it.